Good morning, second graders. How are you this morning? I hope you're all doing well. You had a good night's sleep, and that you're adjusting to seeing each other through the computer. But it's all right. It can't be too bad. Again, it's only for a couple of days, and we will see you guys soon. All right, so for today, we're going to do our first English lesson with your English book. Yesterday we did a little bit of phonics and spelling. So for today, we're going to go ahead and start our lesson that we didn't get a chance to do this week, but we will do it through here. I'm going to flip over the hovercam so you guys can do it with me. So give me just a minute. And again, forgive me that I have a little bit of a glare, but I hope you can see it as you have your books at home. All right, so today we're going to study sentences. Now, we're actually going to review sentences because you guys know plenty about what a sentence is or what a sentence is not. So we're just going to review this, which should be very, very, very easy, but we're just going to go ahead and refresh our memory. We've had some sleep since we last saw this. All right, so sentences. A sentence is a group of words that is a complete thought. A sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark. Now I'm going to read two examples, one that is a sentence and one that is not. So it says, this is a sentence. Apples grow on trees. So just a quick note, if you notice that these are both in bold, that means that they're darker print. That means that this is important. We need to focus on it. Okay, that's what bold print makes us understand that what we're saying here is important. So this is a sentence. Okay, so apples grow on trees. So let's discuss that and analyze that for a minute. Okay, apples grow on trees. First question, do you understand what they mean or who they're talking about or what that actually does? Yes, I would say that I understand that apples grow on trees. I could say that that is a complete thought or a complete idea. I understand it when I read it. It's not missing anything. All right, let's notice this over here. It has a capital A and it also has an N period. So it says the sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark. Now, one thing I will point out is the types of punctuation marks that we're talking about. For today, we're not going to talk about the types of sentences. We will in the next coming lessons, but there are three types of end punctuation marks. You're going to have a period for a statement, you're going to have an exclamation mark for an exclamatory sentence, and you're going to have a question mark for an interrogative sentence. So you can end with any of these three sentences is what is expected to be end punctuation. So in this one, we have a statement, a period. All right. Moving along to what is not a sentence. The example they give us is grows on a tree. All right. I do see some in punctuation. I see a period there. I also see a capital letter. What am I missing? Grows on a tree. Now when you read that, guys, it kind of makes you feel like you are missing like a piece of the puzzle. Like you know something grows on a tree, you just don't know what grows on a tree. All right, and I'm going to do this over here. I'm just going to push back over here so you can see a little better because that's a little small. So this is what I mean by it. We have a capital letter here, and we have a period here. Apples grow on trees. You have check mark over here, capital letter, and punctuation. And you also, when you read it, you understand it completely. It's not missing anything. You understand that apples grow on trees. So you know the who or the what, the apples, and you know what they do. Okay? This is what we call the predicate. Then we'll talk more about it in just a little bit. All right, let's move on to the second example. Grows on trees. And this is the one that we said that is like an incomplete thought, even though it has a period and even though it has a capital letter. You have two check marks. Okay, but however, you do not understand completely because you're kind of missing the what grows on trees. So that is what we call an incomplete thought. We're not 100% sure what they're talking about. We know some of it, but not all of it. So therefore, you don't have a third check mark. So this is not a sentence. This is a sentence. This is not a sentence. All right. Switching back. On number 1 through 4, it says, mark the group of words if it is a sentence. The word there being the word if, only if. So you might have a sentence or you might not. You got to try it out. I'm going to do number 1 with you. It says, God made apple trees. All right, let's analyze that sentence. God made apple trees. Do we know who we're talking about? Yes, we do. Almighty God. So we know that this is our subject, the who. God made apple trees. Do you know what God made? Yes, we know that God made apple trees and created all things in the book of Genesis. All right, so we know the who and we know the what. So this is our predicate. There's an action there. Do we have a period? Yes. Do we have capital letter? Yes. Is it missing anything? Probably not. This is a complete sentence. It is a complete thought. All right. You do not need to do any of what I just marked. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were following along of what makes a complete sentence. So you're going to do on your own 2 through 4. And remember, guys, if it is not a sentence, if it doesn't have those things that we talked about here, you do not color it in. Okay? All right. Let's move on to 5 through 7. Now, this is a little different. It says, write the group of words that is a sentence. Use a capital letter and a period. So you're going to have 2 groups of words. Okay? They're divided by this little line over here. So you're going to read them both aloud, and then you're going to choose which one is actually a sentence to rewrite it, add capital letters, and add punctuation. I'll do number 5 with you. It says, Dad plants the tree. Let's analyze that one. Do we know who we're talking about? Yes, it would be Dad. So that is our subject. Do we know what Dad did or what Dad does? Yes, Dad plants the tree. All right, so this is our predicate. So, is that a complete idea? Yes. All right. Okay, we know that one holds a complete thought. Let's move on to the next one to try this one out. The trees. Now, by reading that, guys, that's all we have, and we realize that that definitely is missing something. It is definitely missing a piece to the puzzle for us to understand. So this is not a complete thought. So we're not going to write that one down. Okay? We are going to write this one down. But it is asking us to use a capital letter and a period. So we're going to go ahead and add it because this one doesn't have it. All right, so I'm going to rewrite it. Remember, your handwriting is important. Respect your lines, top to bottom. So Dad has to have a capital D because it is the beginning of a sentence. Dad plants the tree. And as usual, make sure your handwriting is nice and neat because if I cannot read it, I will not understand it and I can mark it wrong. Right, Dad plants the tree. So we have the capital letter already. We're missing an end punctuation. In this case, it is going to be a period. All right, so we're going to do the same for number 6 and 7 on page 19. All right, we're going to turn it over to page 20. And it says, use a capital sentence that names a fruit that grows on a tree. Use a capital letter and a period. All right, so it says, look at that picture. So you can use that one, peaches, which are one of my favorite fruits, and actually Gabriel's one of my favorite fruits as well. We both love peaches. I love all fruits, to be honest. So I'm going to write a sentence. Maybe I'm just going to write that. So I'm going to write a sentence that names a fruit that grows on a tree. So I'm going to write down peaches grow on trees. Now, I do need to remember that for it to be a complete sentence, it has to make sense, and it also have to have a capital letter at the beginning, and it has to have an end punctuation. All right, so you're going to write a sentence about any fruit that you would like, and just write a sentence about it. All right, moving along. It says mark the group of words if it is a sentence. So the same thing that we did kind of over here, where we decided which one is a complete sentence or not, you're going to do the same thing here. It says mark the group of words if it is a sentence. Clue word there is if. You might have a sentence, you might not have a sentence. So apples grow on trees. Do we know who we're talking about? In this case, yes, apples. What do apples do? They grow on trees. So that one has a period and it has a capital letter. So we're going to go ahead and circle that one. And you're going to go on ahead and do the rest just the same, 9 through 14. On number 15, which is only one, it says write the group of words that is a sentence. Use a capital letter and the period. We already did this, guys. It's the same thing as here. The same thing as over here. You choose which one is the one that is a complete sentence. Made an apple pie or Mom made an apple pie. Which one of these two group of words is a complete sentence? Okay, whenever you choose which one it is, you have to make sure that you have to use a capital letter and a period. Your best handwriting, please. And in number 16 through number 18, you're going to circle the action word in each row of words. So we're going to definitely talk more about the actions and action words, but this is just a fancy name to say a verb. Okay, and a verb is an action. We know that sleep is an action. We know that door is not an action. We know that dog is not an action. These two are nouns, and this is a verb. If you try to, it's something that you do physically. So this is you sleep. Okay, or you can even act it out for us. So that is an action word. So you would circle this one and not these two nouns. And that is all you have for the first lesson in our English book. Again, if you have any questions regarding this lesson, you know you can always jump in and join us for our Zoom meeting from 9:30 to 10. If you want to do it with us or you're not understanding something, please let me know. And if you just want to stop by and visit, as usual, I would love to see all of your smiling faces in our Zoom meeting. Again, if you are done, whenever you are done today, go on ahead and have your parents help you upload it through Seesaw. Remember, your Seesaws are different. This is mine. Ms. Long has one for her. So just use my little QR code to upload whatever you do for my classes. Anyways, I wish you all have a fantastic day. It's one day less, one day closer that we're going to be back in school, and it is going to be fantastic. I miss you all. I love you all. Have a fantastic day. Bye.